I love it. Love it. A lot of times on this call, we talk about failures. I know a lot of times people look at people that are successful and they're like, and then they realize that there's sometimes going to be some failures. So we talk about, have you had failures in your business? If you have, how did you turn those failures to success?
I don't know what that means when people say failures. So have I had any failures in my business? I would say no, because to me, failing means I quit.
Ooh-wee. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I've never quit. And so have I failed? I have not. Now, have I done things that didn't work the way that was planned? Absolutely, right. But I don't count those as failures in the least.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's just I just know not to do that again.
That's right.
Or I have learned exactly. I have learned to tweak a process, but but I just don't feel like I failed. So I don't even like that word really. So no, I haven't failed, and I don't think unless you've totally given up on your dream, then you haven't failed either. And if for those of you listening to this, you haven't failed either. Just because you don't know or you don't have the tools right in this moment, that doesn't mean that you failed. It just means now you need to learn. Now you need to seek.
Yeah, good advice. I love that. I love it.
So,
let me ask you: are you reading any books currently? And if not now, have you got any books that you can kind of suggest for our listeners?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm not an avid reader. Let me say that. I should be, and that's something I want to be. And so when you asked me that earlier, I was looking at my bookshelf, and I was like, what do I need to read next? But let me tell you what I did read that changed my life, what I did read. And this was in 2007. One of my clients told me that I needed to read the book, The 4-Hour Work Week.
Oh, okay,
by Tim Ferriss. And I was like, if he's telling me to write it, and he's, I've worked for him, he's paid me, over a couple $100,000, then I'm going to read the book, right? So, because you listen to people who are smarter than you. So I read the book, and it changed my life. It changed my life in the perspective of how we work, and that there are, like, I'm the outsourcing queen. It really talks about freeing your life. Yeah. Freeing your life up and building something that doesn't rely on you for it to exist.
Yeah.
And it's a constant learning process, but that book really changed my life. And the next book that I'm going to read that is an old time, kind of oldie but goodie, so I've heard, is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I just received a new copy of it, and I'm traveling to Atlanta this weekend, and it's going on the plane with me. So. Oh,
good. Well, be safe.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that Tim Ferriss's book. I mean, that book changed my life. I think when I read it, it was kind of some years back, but I wasn't even in the mindset of outsourcing. And then when I read the book, you thought I would have been, but I wasn't. And then when I read the book, I was like, whoa, I need to be. And he gives all these sources and resources I was going all through that book. So yeah, I love that 4-Hour Work Week book. I was like, I'm going to have this 4-Hour Work Week. I haven't gotten it yet, but I will.
Absolutely. Well, it's not even about that. I think it's just about understanding that you can live a life that you actually love, and it doesn't have to look like this quote-unquote American dream. I don't want to live the American dream, because that sucks. Whoever told people that that's what people had to have, I'm just not about that. I think that that there's another way, and I think the other way is whatever looks and feels good to you. So do that.
Yes, I love that. I like that. That's what I want. I do this call, and I'm glad that it's said over and over again. To be honest, that you have to live the life you desire in you, and whatever that looks like to you. And I think what happens in high school and school, they teach you go to work, click the clock, 9 to 3, go 40 hours and then retire. And they tell you that this is the way, and don't expand the mindset of all these other options. So it should look how you want it to look like. So I totally, totally, totally agree with that.
Absolutely, yes.
So I have one more question, but before I do, we're going to have a word from our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Okay.
Have you ever wanted to be a published author? Or how about, would you like to travel the world to get paid to speak and tell others of your story and how others could get over? Would you like to be an Amazon best-selling author. Or maybe you would like to create your own courses and products and get paid for what you know. If that sounds like you, join Terry Clay and Sue Ham at the Business Explosion Mastermind in Florida. It's a private luxury retreat. There, you will have private access to the beach. You will stay in a mansion near the beach. You will be just 2 minutes from Mexico. While there, you will learn all about how to explode your business. If this sounds like you, go to businessexplosion.net. We cannot wait to see you there. All right, so thanks so much for our sponsors. We appreciate you. And the last question is the question we ask every last person that comes on this call. We are the Startup Biz Coach Radio, and we are empowering entrepreneurs right from the start, from the beginning. How can you help an entrepreneur right from the very start?
You know, one of the things specifically that we can do is always, that discovery and getting clear on what you really want, who you're really here to serve, and how you want to show up. And so, that initial discovery session is about the clarity. I think so many people are doing things because they think that's what they're supposed to be doing, when it's really not. They're just kind of emulating what they see without really knowing the behind the scenes on the formula to create what they see. So that's really one of the main ways is always I'm about getting clear. We got to get clear first so you can move on to the next thing and all the more glamorous stuff.
Wow, that's good. I love it. So give them your contact information, how they can get in touch with you, how they can get to the conference, any information you want them to have.
Yeah, so if you're on Facebook, come and join me on my Facebook group if this is relevant to you, and that's at Coach Speak and Serve. If you type that in Facebook, then it will come up. And we actually have a waiting list for people that are waiting to get in because we're on a pause right now, but get in the queue so I can invite you in. And then also for the conference, if you want to learn more about it, you can go to fabulousnewYouEvent.com. fabulousnewYouEvent.com, and you can read all the details there on the conference. And you can also call my office and talk to me or my assistant or one of our other support staff that's sometimes here at 405-246-0076. And we'll be happy to help you and see how we can.
All righty.
So thanks so much, April. Terry. Terry, so, and I just want to say thank you for providing this platform for, startup businesses and entrepreneurs who are looking to gain the information. These types of radio shows and platforms are necessary for your growth. You have to get plugged in, and you have to be consistent with where you're plugging in so that you can constantly be fed what you need so that all the craziness of life doesn't overpower, what you're really wanting to do. So this is a great platform. So, Terry, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for your words of wisdom and your advice. I enjoyed listening to you, and I'm sure the listeners did as well. So thanks so much. And this is all right. This has been a word from Terry Clay and Aprille, and we are changing lives with positive words, and we are out. Peace.
This has been Startup Biz Coach Radio, formerly known as Mornings with Terry, and we're empowering entrepreneurs right from the start. Find us at thestartupbizcoach.com every morning at 10 a.m. Eastern with your host, Terry Clay. Thanks for listening.